to sit down at his level right here.
What can I do you for, guys?
Well, how'd you feel about your qualifying run?
It's okay. I mean, 13th, I think is where we're going to end up. I'd like to be, in the top 5 in our group, but we're not terribly far off. I don't know, qualifying for this weekend, I don't think it's as important as it normally is. The cars, the way they're running here, short run speed versus long run speed, you really need that long run speed. So we'll see what shows up in the race.
It's a hot one out there. What's that doing to the track right now?
Yeah, just less grip and more emphasis on tire management and all those things. So, it'll be a different race here than it was in the spring for sure.
Sure. We saw Thursday night, hard race. You end up spinning after contact with Kyle Busch. What happened there?
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure yet. Obviously we had some kind of contact and spun out. Was a shame because I was having the best run I've had in that series yet. And was able to drive to the lead and pass all those guys, and it felt really good. And next thing I know, I spun out. It seems like every time I run those races, I keep getting spun out. So frustrating, but it was good to be able to run up front and be fast and leading laps.
For sure. You haven't talked to Kyle or anything, or looked at a replay?
No,
Okay.
I got to run today. I'm worried about this weekend.
Gotcha.
So what do you do in terms of improvements, and how do you want to see yourself perform this weekend?
I felt like we had a top 5, top 10 car most of the race this spring, and we had a shot there at the end, and some things didn't go our way with the pit strategy and so forth. But I feel like we'll have a similar weekend here. We don't necessarily have the short run speed that we'd like to have. We have really strong short run speed in the spring race, but it appears at the moment we might have the other side of that. So, there's so many variables. It's hard to say how the race will play out.
I was going to say, do you think there's a reason for that short run speed, or?
Yeah, we just, working on the race car, and you find different things here and there, and you take what you're given.
In terms of the expected atmosphere, can you just talk about what it means to be here and how excited you are for the race?
Yeah, we always love coming to Richmond. It's been one of my best tracks, and certainly when you think of NASCAR and you think of tracks they're known for, this is one that comes to mind. Richmond, with great crowd and big energy and short track racing, but I think this is kind of a quintessential NASCAR track for us.
How do you mentally prepare for this? Do you have a special song that you
mentally prepare?
Special diet?
I do it over and over again, and you train and practice, and you run your whole life until you don't know anything different, and that's your preparation.
Brad, a report came out last week that says NASCAR's financial position is the strongest it's been in a few years. Does that mirror your perspective as a team owner?
I'm not familiar with that report, but I think there's some things that are going on that are really positive in the sport for sure, and then there's some challenges like always. It's hard to weigh those out and create a scorecard of best ever or worst ever. I don't know how you do that, because the whether it's attendance or ratings or things like that, one's up, one's down, and revenue up and something else down. I don't know how you create a scorecard for best ever, but there's certainly some strengths to build off and some challenges to overcome.
Would you the move that Denny made to win the race on?
Sorry, Bob, you're all the way over here.
Yeah, well,
I was turned over here. I'm like,
well, that we can't. I don't want to climb on people over there.
You're a nice guy, Bob.
Over here. Yeah, sometimes.
He's shaking his head no.
The move that Denny.
Does he work for you?
No, I work for him. The move Denny made to win the race, a lot of chatter, is it dirty? Is it fair? Is it foul? Have you looked at it and what would you do if you're in a similar situation on the inside at a track such as Pocono?
Well, who's your predecessor used to say fair is for hot dogs and corn dogs and the circus?
David Poole.
David Poole, yeah. Well, that hasn't changed. Nobody cares what's fair in this sport anymore. It doesn't matter. What matters is what the rules are, and the rules are it's legal, and that's what we race to, right? You race to the rules, so. You always get into this different code of ethics and all that, and it means 20 different things to 20 different people. So, we could probably debate that till we're blue in the face, but it really doesn't matter in the end. He won the race, he got the trophy, and 2 or 3 weeks from now, nobody will remember.
Well, I think the guy over there might.
Well, we'll see.
But it's not something that we've seen all that much until this car. So is there something about this car that allows that move to be made?
Yeah, the next-gen car with its extreme durability makes it prone to more passing via contact than the old cars did, and that's not meant just to be that situation, just in general, that all situations. And so I think that's had a profound effect on the what you're seeing on the racetrack as a fan and what we are expected to do as a driver. You know, whether it's Ross's move at Martinsville, or you know, pick your scenario. You know, the road courses especially. I mean, the car's a tank, and people race it like a tank accordingly. So that's created some different dynamics, and that's obviously going to put some stress points throughout the seasons where, you know, moves are you know, always kind of blurring up against some kind of ethics line, and so I don't think that's anything new, and we're just going to continue to see the racing get more and more aggressive until something pulls it back.
So, like, do you know what you would do in that situation, or does it depend on who's next to you and kind of the circumstances of it all, how you got there and everything like that?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's highly circumstantial. I mean, when you have really fast race cars and, you know, you're not afraid of that person running it back down, it makes it a lot easier.
Thank you.
What is it with Chris on road courses that makes him so good?
Chris Buescher?
Yeah.
I'm just naturally talented. He's one.
This is Harrison Burton, driver the number 21. Make sure to hit that subscribe button. Also, check out one of these two videos beside me. Visit frontstretch.com for more racing content.